So thank you, Pierre and Zenab, for speaking to Arabian Reseller and Future Tech. We would like to start with a brief about how has the adoption of IoT and cloud services created opportunities for co-location providers in this market.
Uh, Hi, Chris. Thanks for the opportunity to have a discussion today. Uh, we need to basically look at it in, we need to unpack it. IoT uh, is a good adoption. Still, what we see in the Middle East, still a bit lagging behind what we see in Europe. And the main reason for it is it's a heavy industrialized environment, which is not at the same level compared to what you see in Europe. But definitely there is a increase in adoption, especially when we look at the micro edge environment. So we see an increase in the micro edge environment to provide the Internet of Things speed of information. Let's put it that way. If we look at the cloud services, incredible growth in 2020, and mainly driven by the hyperscalers on the one side. The majority of our hyperscalers are coming into the region, similar to what we see in Africa as well. It's coming into the region through local colocation providers. So huge excitement, lots of growth in, I would say, the last 18 months. And if we look at the pipeline going forward, it's just exponentially growing at this stage.
For this year, for 2021, what sort of key data center trends have you, do you expect or have you seen?
As I've mentioned, we will see this trend continue. If we look at the pipeline that we currently have, it is continue to just explode, if I can use that word. And we need to ask ourselves, what's driving it? So we've already mentioned the hyperscalers moving in. Then you've got the regulatory environment with data privacy acts coming into play as well, not all over, but in most countries. And then there's also what we see, and it's maybe due to, but the pandemic is one of the contributing factors, where we see a migration from enterprise into the cloud space. Why? As I mentioned, it's you don't need your own staff to maintain it anymore. Secondly, your technology is not so updated. If we look at the latest trend in technology that we provide, especially on the thermal side of it, there's a lot of new technology that can make you so much more efficient. And when it's the standards, the redundancy that you get from the big colo providers, with the tier 3, tier 4 design data centers. So it's a mixture of things. It's people working from home, don't need all that functionality, don't need to have a full-time IT person sitting in the office. Safety, another factor. So it's a combination of a lot of factors that's driving the colocation requirements in this region.
Okay. In terms of your positioning as a brand in the market, how are you positioned to tap into regional opportunities?
Well, we have our go-to-market is a mainly indirect go-to-market model in Middle East Africa, just pure because of the size of it. There's 69 countries in this total space, and you cannot have the same presence all over. But through our distributors that we have, it's a relationship, especially in the Middle East, that's spanning over 40 years now. So it's part of extended family, if I can call it that. I have great relationships with the key end customers, and provide all the technical support, training support, assistance with design, with the consultants. So very, very well entrenched into the region. If you look at the market share that we've gained over the last 2 to 3 years, tremendous growth in the Vertiv market share. being a trusted advisor, that's critical for Vertiv. We're not just here to sell products. We need to have an understanding of a region. So it's how to optimize and to work with it. And that's a value. We have a global technology that we're working on, what's available, what we're doing in the Americas or in Asia Pacific, because we have a global platform now to take all that information, bring it in locally, sit with the consultants, work with our distributors who's fully trained and certified. So it's not just from providing the product, but it's also critical for us to make sure that it is correctly installed, commissioned, as well as maintained afterwards. So we have a fair, I would say we have an excellent market coverage in the region by leverage on OEMs and our distributors at the end of the day.
Zenab, I have a question regarding the partner program that you offer in this market. Can you please tell us briefly about what the program is all about and how do you onboard partners into the partner program?
Sure, Chris, I'd love to. It's essentially a set of new initiatives that includes new partner levels and benefits. We've enhanced our partner portal, which has dedicated assets. For example, co-branded material. We have more attractive rebate and incentive plans, which we call our VIP program, making our partners and resellers VIPs. The VIP has gives the partners potential to earn up to 2.8% rebates. The program essentially it reinforces our continued commitment to channel resellers and distributors. It's dedicated to helping them capitalize on their new and exciting opportunities in the market. The launch of this program in 2019, we saw from regional perspective a 10-time increase in participation, which shows how attractive and strong the program is. Spoiler, Middle East and Africa was the highest region. Our aim is obviously to equip current and future partners with the latest training, resources, support, and products in order for them to increase their profits, grow their business, and become industry front runners. At the end of the day, it results in greater simplicity working with Vertiv, increased revenue and margin opportunities as well. The way that partners onboard to the partner program, it's very easy. It's you either log onto our website, vertiv.com, or you can go to partners.vertiv.com. And there's a apply now button, and you fill in a few of your details like company name, VAT number, things like that. For Middle East and Africa, we also have a path because we understand that this region is unique, and sometimes you don't have the internet connectivity that other regions benefit from. So you can even send an email to Mia, Middle East and Africa. Mia.hello@vertiv.com, and I'll personally arrange a call back from somebody to sign up a partner. So it's very easy.
Okay. In terms of your channel engagements in 2020, what would you like to do differently this year?
So much, Chris. If only there were 10 of me and 10 of more of everyone in my team. We're being rather aggressive in 2021, encouraging partners to engage through a spectrum of promotions, supporting their ongoing collaboration with Vertiv, specifically targeting engagement programs like we're launching a program called Level Up in Middle East and Africa, where at different levels, partners unlock rewards from in-store activation support to Amazon vouchers to travel vouchers where applicable in different regions. Also, look out for additional features in the Vertiv Partner Program this year, such as product configurators, content syndication, e-commerce, and online businesses as well.
Pierre, coming back to the solutions that Vertiv provides, you have integrated solutions as well. So, how do these solutions optimize existing and new IT environments?
Chris, yes. So, if we look at solutions, the people, you start thinking about massive big data centers. Our solution starts from a single rack, where we call it the micro edge. So from a micro edge, where you can get a fully fitted out rack with CCTV camera, power, cooling, everything built into a rack, with even monitoring solutions, software solutions on that side. To what we call smart rows, where you can have multiple racks in that environment. Then we moved on to the smart mods, that we call the name that we've named it, And that is typically when people start talking about 5G, access sites where you will have DC power, AC power, thermal racks, everything into, so it's a small data center, but also capable of dealing with the DC power requirements, to the large multi-megawatt solutions that we provide. We deal globally with hyperscalers and a lot of other customers where we can bring some of that experience back into the region and say, that's the standards, that's the design standards, that's the requirements, the different commissioning levels. But standardization on design, but still the flexibility to accommodate, to ensure that you've got the highest level of efficiency available, given the market and the environmental conditions in a specific area. That's part of Vertiv's strength. We don't just have a product technology, we also have a technology to combine it all into a solution at the end of the day that's suitable, meeting and exceeding the customer's objectives and expectations at the end of the day. But with this integrated solutions, one of the other advantages I've mentioned previously is the cash flow, but it's also giving you the advantage. Technology is on a rapid change path. It's giving you the advantage as you design your data center with uncertainty. You design it for example 20 megawatt, but you can start with 2 megawatt. And as we roll out with much quicker speed at the end of the day, the additional white space requirements, power modules, cooling skids, it's not necessarily all in one. It can be in separate parts as well. You can always upgrade that to the latest technology. So overall, over a period of time, 10 years, 15 years from now, you've invested in something, but the last one, overall, you can still accommodate the market needs. It is solutions that we have a lot of flexibility in to accommodate customer requirements, constraints as well that we need to look into. Some of our smaller solutions.
So when you look at the requirements currently in the market with COVID situation happening, people working from home, and people have these kind of requirements like AI, for example, digital transformation of companies. Do you see that accelerating? Have you seen that accelerate over the past months, or maybe over the next few months?
Yes, it definitely did. We're using Zoom today or Teams. If you just look at the incredible data traffic, people were talking to each other in the office. Now they're communicating digitally. So yes, it a massive impact on data management and storage requirements throughout this region and throughout the world. So and yes, it will continue. But the new way of working is also set. Still a lot of fine tuning for a lot of people, but times will change. Hopefully for the whole world. And but coming back to it, this is a new way of working. People realize business can continue without sitting in an office. So it will continue to drive data for sure.
Zenab, this question is for you regarding channel strategies for your company for 2021. Are you looking at new markets? Are you looking at onboarding new channel partners into certain verticals, for example?
So Vertiv is where our customers need to be at the end of the day. As our fearless leader Pierre mentioned, we are seeing companies spending in a wide range of verticals. They're definitely investing more in digitalization to compete more effectively in their markets, as well as in new markets. So, our program was built to help resellers and distributors capitalize on these new opportunities. And 2021 is as exciting as 2020 was for us. It's going to continue to see Vertiv growing. Given this program, in my opinion, has no equal. We've only just started. In 2020, when we rolled out the VIP program, the amount of demand, the positive feedback we got from the partners and the resellers in the region was very motivating, very encouraging. And in 2020, we continue to unlock more features for the program. We continue to unlock the VIP program to more markets where we see the demand exists. Remember, things like product configurations, content syndication for e-commerce and online business. We're releasing Definitely it's going to increase, and I'm sure the more awareness it is spread about the partner program, the more partners will see signing up to it.
Thank you, Pierre and Zenab. It was nice speaking to both of you and get a viewpoint on Vertiv's next moves for 2021. And I look forward to speaking to you again in the future.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank
I
you
really
very much,
appreciate
Chris.
it. And hopefully next time we can do it face to face and it will be safe.
Cross
So.
fingers,
Let's
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Take care. Thanks. Bye.